ahead and wave to the camera. Wave to the gallery. Wave to chat. Say hello.
You say that, and yet he's a quadriplegic.
Bruh.
Yeah, I guess this is about how they did that. But I wanted to talk about my dad. And the reason why I tried to use that Batman avatar is because my dad is absolutely obsessed with classic Batman. When he was a little kid, and I found this out from my grandmother. My dad, he would always wear a Batman cape ever since he was like 3. Ever since he was 3 years old. But he always wore a Batman cape. And whenever he wore that cape, he would run around everywhere like, I'm Batman, I can solve some mysteries. Batman. And as he started growing up, he was like, you know what? I'm finally going to be Batman. I'm just going to be Batman, okay? And the reason why I want to be Batman is I need a Batcave. First and foremost, I need that goddamn Batcave. Why did he want a Batcave anyway? I don't know. Probably because he saw that they'd always lift open that little telephone. That little telephone head. They just open that up, push some buttons, like bam, I'm in the Batcave. So he had the bright idea wearing his Batcave. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go get my dad's shovel. Why did he get the shovel? Because he's like, okay, he made out blueprints and everything for this. Like planned it out. And he grabbed the shovel, and he got started. And right when he was about to get started, he just jams that shovel into the floor in his closet. And right when he jams that shovel into his closet floor, it dawns on him. It's like, wait a minute. Why the hell am I building a bat cave in my dad's closet? And that's when it hit him. He realized the level of ire he was going to get from his dad if he went through with making a bat cave in his closet. Those are just the kinds of things, you know? And another thing is, as he would run around wearing his bat cape, he had a friend he was a rival with who was obsessed with the Lone Ranger. He was really obsessed with the Lone Ranger. And this rivalry was, I guess he could say, the rivalry was more of, one of them was for a girl. I mean, when you're really little, say you're like 8 or 9, finally getting to understand that girls don't have cooties, you begin to compete with your friends. And it was my dad, his cousin, his friend, and the girl that his friend were rival, competing for the affection of this girl. And they're like, oh, we got a rope swing. They're always swinging on this rope swing all the time. And they're like, they get their friends, they're like, okay, go. And they push their friend, and she slips off the rope swing, mid-swing, all the way out there, just right into a fucking blackberry bush. And you just falls in, gets all tangled up, and you just hit, and then my dad's friend, in his little cowboy hat and mask, looking like Lone Ranger, just pops up, I'll save you, grabs the rope swing, swings all the way out into the blackberry bush. Now you got two kids in that blackberry bush. My dad in his Batman cape goes out there. He's like, okay, I'll save you. Then he stops. He's like, oh, you know what? That's a bad idea. He just puts on a set of leather work gloves. Just puts on some gloves. Not even grabbing the rope swing, just poof, into the blackberry bush. Now you got three kids in there screaming bloody murder. Like, help us! They're all screaming to my dad's cousin. He's looking over there. He's just, nope. Just takes off. Like, where are you going? It took them about 2 hours to get their parents all the way out there and finally be able to get rescued from this blackberry bush. And what did they learn? Not to compete over a girl on top of a blackberry bush. Hopefully they learned their lesson. It kind of pans into the stupidity that my brother and I have. Where, if you remember in an earlier story, my brother and I, whenever we play with anything, it instantly turns into us just throwing things as hard as we can at each other. It's like, here you motherfucker! It was late at night. And it turns out we had some stuffed animals. Just leave it at that. So we're just sitting there. He's on the top bunk. I'm on the floor. Just. Did I just break something? Well, that goes with the theme. So I'm just chucking. I did it again! God damn it! Go away! Well, I'm just up there chucking stuffed animals at him. And he's like, okay, I just chucked him down harder. So we're just throwing stuffed animals as hard as we can. And all of a sudden, I see him just grab this white stuffed animal. He's right-handed, so he just jumps down, jumps from the top bunk, right into the side of my head. And I just feel this really, like, everything flashes red and white, and you hear this really hollow, like, clack. And you hear this, it's just covering my mouth, like, hey, quiet. You're gonna wake the parents up. They're out there watching TV. They'll tell us to shut up. Okay, what did he hit me with? Well, it turns out he didn't just hit me with the stuffed animal. Somehow my little sister's stuffed animal with one of those little metal key ring wind-up music boxes was stuffed inside this stuffed animal. And he clacked me in the side of the head with that. And the next thing I know, he's leaning back. We're trying to start lapping it off. And he goes, holy crap, Trio, you're bleeding. I'm like, what? Feel the side of my head, and I look, and there's just blood all over my hand. Like, we're like, oh, shit, what are we going to do? We can't tell them that we were fighting. We can't tell them we were throwing stuff. We'll get in trouble. Okay, here's the idea. Okay, Trio, you tell them you jumped off the top bunk, and you hit your head on the corner of the dresser. Okay, I'll go tell the parents. I'll go tell them. Yeah. Man, of course, grabbing the side of my head, I just kind of wobble out. I'm wobbling. Probably have a concussion at this point. I've been wobbling out there. Mommy, Daddy. They do this nice, like, perfect double take. They're like, rushing over, they grab me. Like, what happened to that? I jumped off the bed, hit my head on the corner of the dresser. Like, Trio, no, you didn't. The dresser's across the room. Your brother hit you with something, didn't he? Like, no, I hit my head on the side of the dresser. No, you guys were being idiots. We heard you. We're going to clean this up. Just go to bed. I'm like, fine, okay. Didn't learn our lesson. A few weeks go by. We just watched the corniest pirate movie ever. Corny as hell. We saw Cutthroat Island. And when we were little kids, we thought that was the shit. We thought Cutthroat Island was fucking amazing. We're like, yeah, we're going to be pirates. And we realized we have a bunk bed. And we have the lid to a plastic toy box. They're like, yeah, matey, we're gonna walk the plank. We take our fucking lid off our toy box, climb it up, just carry it up to the top bunk. And I realized I just turned my ceiling fan on. Huh, look at that. I guess sometimes being, well, that's cooling me down. We take that fucking toy box lid, we take it all the way up to the top bunk. Oh, hey, look at that. You just click on it a little bit. Hey, look at that. Hey, I can just click on that. That's awesome. So we take it all the way. Okay. Riff, it's your first. I'm going to sit on the back end of this. And you walk the plank. And he sits down on the very edge. We have the edge of this toy box lid dangling off the edge of the top bunk. He's sitting on it, and I'm sitting on the other side. It's like, okay, walk the plank. And he hops off. It's like, oh, no, I'm drowning. And I'm like, okay, Trio, it's your turn. It's like, okay, Riff. He's like, okay, then we're ready to go. You ready? You're going to walk the plank, matey. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to walk the plank. It's like, stand on the edge. And he's sitting on one end that's on the bed. I was like, I'm okay, I'm standing on it. It's like, now jump for your life, you matey. And I was like, okay. And it's right when I jump, he gets off. He moves off the edge of that thing, so the first thing that happens, my feet hit the edge of that thing, just bam! Flips the whole fucking thing up, hits me upside the back of the head, and I'm like, I can't even get up, like, why did you do that? Because as soon as I turn around, here comes this fucking thing, just bam! Right in my fucking face. I'm like, why, man? Why? He's just, he's just sitting there at the top bunk. He's like, Dad, Trio, you're so stupid. I'm like, Reese, why'd you do that? He's like, because it was cool. And then I sit there rubbing my face in the back of the head. Yeah, you're right. That was hilarious. I heard mateys. Never did watch Cutthroat Island ever since. And looking back on it, that movie was corny as fuck. I'm not watching it again. But anyway, kids are really fucking stupid. I I am stupid. I know this. I know I'm like rabidly stupid.
Adults are also stupid, but hey.
Yeah. I got plenty of those stories too. I mean, hell, when I first met Lilia and we first started living together in California, like, hey, by the way, Lilia, my relatives, or my family, your in-laws, they want to go to Folsom Lake. We're gonna go have some fun at the lake. It was July 2011, I think, right before we had to move back to Oklahoma for a little while. And she's like, okay. But we're at the lake. We're having a good time. This is the first time she's ever been to a lake that actually had sand rather than a bunch of fucking rocks. She's like, oh my God, this place is gorgeous. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's a really nice place, Lilia. This is where people always go, like, barbecue and just have a good time with their family. It's like, okay, it's time. We're going to go eat. And I'm like, okay, cool. We all sit down on the bench, and she comes running over, and she goes to sit on the bench. She completely misses the bench. She just all the way onto the ground, not missing a beat. My dad's looking at her, you okay? And she just jumps right back up, and she goes, and this is me sober. I look over, and that's the first time I see my dad just hand in his face, just utter laughter. I have not seen him genuinely laugh from something like that since I was a little kid. He's just sitting there. And this is me sober. Poor Lilia, she's sitting there beat red in the face. She's probably out there beat red, like, how could you fucking tell this story, trio? Like, I have to. And it's my own fucking fault. I should have realized that in places like Oklahoma, at this time, they had what they called beer drought, where alcohol was much weaker than your average state. Didn't realize that, really. So it's my brother's birthday. So we're like, okay, Lilia, we're going to go to my brother's house. We're going to go to Riff's house because it's his birthday. I gave her some 211, not realizing that all the beer that was in Oklahoma was 3.2%. So she went from 3.2 to 8%. That was a mistake. She's like, I feel so good. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna go to Carl's Jr. We're gonna have something to eat. We go over there. It's like, okay, she's eating just fine. She has I think it was a Western bacon cheeseburger. Go over there. We give her the burger. She goes over to we get to my brother's house. Next thing I know, she's like, everyone's looking at her like, hey, Lily, are you feeling okay? Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Nah hesitation, no warning at all, just throws up all over my brother's leather couch. It's like, oh my God, you okay? You start getting her cleaned up, and everyone's like, okay, you just need to take her home, take her to your mom's house, and just get her cleaned up and get her to sleep. Apparently she came too while I was helping get her cleaned up, and the first thing she generally remembers, just coming to blurry as hell, and my mom just walks into the bedroom. She's like, here, eat this. It's a grilled cheese sandwich. Like, well, I'm not hungry. No, eat the sandwich. She said it was the most delicious grilled cheese sandwich she'd ever had in her life. Bless my mom's soul. May she rest in epicness where she is now. Love you, Mom. Anyway, those are the stories we got for today. And I'm pretty sure Lilia heard all of this, is like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? And I'm like, well, it's fine. We love you, sweetie, and we know those days are behind us now. That's the great part. It's great. Those days are behind us. But, again, I'm going to go ahead and there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put that camera right here. Because I'm gonna say that's story time for today, okay? And chat, I hope you kind of enjoyed whatever you heard. I know I gotta work on the material a little bit. Well, thank you. The crowd loves it. Yay! Thank you so much.